meeting, August 6, 2024. Time now is 11:08. Madam Chair.
Opinions on the 3 candidates? Bill?
You would blow it out of the water.
So did its price. Adam?
I thought Jordan was probably the most prepared. I also feel like the way that he interviewed was maybe at a level for a director of golf, maybe not a pro.
That's what they call that, pro stuff.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah,
Well,
he was very well prepared.
They call the head pros the assistants.
Gotcha. I thought Kyle also did a very good job. He's got the benefit of having kind of a 2-month head start in the role. His communication's good, his staff feedback's good. Yeah, those at a high level, those 2 I thought were maybe ahead of Marty. And I thought Marty did a good job. In fact, when he walked out, I said, I thought he did a really good job.
Again, like you said, he came with Marty, and you get Jordan come afterwards. Kind of blew it out of the water.
but it does say that Jordan is director of golf and Spencer Stillman is the head professional. So.
That's
language.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It was up in Illinois, the director's office, person who had more than 1 golf course.
Okay. I thought Jordan did an excellent presentation. I think Kyle has done a phenomenal job. I think he's got his heart in it, and I think he has the whole staff behind him. Tom?
Yeah, I'm kind of like in agreement. I mean, I thought that Marty did okay too. I thought Jordan, and he blew this thing out of the water. Kyle, you know, he said head start, like you said, a couple of months, and I think he put his heart and soul into it. And yeah, I'm okay.
I'd like to go with Kyle.
Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, yeah. Am I right in when I took out that Jordan was looking at like 125 plus and
Yes.
Kyle's like 85 plus?
Yes. Well, actually, Kyle is, Jordan was looking for 85 plus, or 125 plus percentage of the merchandising, and then there would be the insurance on top of that. Kyle was 85 with just the insurance on top of that.
Okay.
When I give them 10%.
I'm just thinking that, I kind of look at it as we might have Kyle as Jordan 7 years ago, I've been totally impressed with what Kyle's done. I think, I know a couple of you said the head start. He certainly has a head start in it. And I think he's hung in a situation that wasn't necessarily real easy. Totally. Just cleaning out a pro shop.
Yes.
That pro shop looked like, that area was like crap for years. And that just tells you something about, my biggest fear was he was going to come in and it was just going to be the same old. And he took the initiative and did it on his own to start doing just little stuff like that. And the little details is what makes the difference.
I agree. And the other thing that has impressed me is he got on the phone with Jeff Pinder and Stephanie to go over the inventory and what was expected for the audit this year. And he and Tyler Leone have worked to get that inventory back in line. And Jeff Pinder, and I say this in the kindest words, the bean counter, was thrilled to see the work being put into this. So with that being said, that he's reached out to the people that we need and the people that that he's showing the initiative and he wants to do it and make it right. And and I hope Jeff isn't insulted when I say this, but I mean, to have Jeff Pinder be that thrilled that this was getting back in line and to show where we are with this, I think is a great compliment to Kyle and the work that he's done so far.
You know, talking about merchandise, I had a conversation with him about, you know, what type of clientele we have here and merchandise. And before I could get the words out of my mouth, I wanted to say, he said, I've already contacted somebody and they talked about like a person that you would have a performer done. And like I said, $90 shirt's not going to sell at Stony Brook, but somewhere between $55 and $65. He looked at me and he goes, you know, I just got off the phone with somebody. He says, they've looked at the area and at $55 to $65 here, we'd be selling shirts for, we should be selling shorts for, we should be selling shoes for. And that's the truth.
Right.
We can run up $90. I mean, look at the stuff that's sitting out there now in the inventory sitting out there. Nobody's buying it.
Right.
So it's ugly too. Thanks, Phil. It's ugly too, right?
So, that's okay. Adam?
I feel like anytime you go through a transition of a person, like a staff member, you know, somebody does something really well, and then like the next person, it's okay to get somebody in who's different. And, you know, Jeff has done a remarkable job getting people engaged. It was a concern of mine how well Kyle would do with people, and you know, I know we've had people stand up for him in the meetings. I've talked with, you know, different people on the course. I've talked with different vendors. He seems to have everyone very well engaged. It's quite honestly been a pleasant surprise for me. But I think the pendulum and where I see him different is he's so detail-oriented, he's so process-driven, and I think right now with what we need, like based on where we've been in the last, you know, decade or so, I think that's something that's important right now. So I think he brings that. I think in my head, Jordan did an incredible job, but like I don't know that I got that from Jordan. I got a really incredible salesy, you know, like, and his pack was phenomenal. I think he did a great job, you know, presenting it. But for right now, what the course needs for the next couple of years, I think Kyle brings the skill set that we need.
Bill?
Kyle's obviously the choice because of what's going on. I would like some stuff tightened up, staffing. Like I asked about the lessons, outside pros, which I never thought we should have.
Okay.
I think it's something in-house. It's easier to keep contact with. You can see your staff teaching, you know what they're doing. Outside people, I don't even know who the outside people are that are teaching here.
Well, we have,
I know Andy, but
we have Andy and
I know
Chase
he's-
and Kathy, so we have,
Andy, Chase, and Kim, yeah.
yeah, so,
I agree with what Phil's saying. I would just say, give the guy a year to like let the data play out and like,
take it.
and then.
But I would
Okay.
like to see him not, because with me, just like Jeff was, he gets argumentative.
Yeah.
And I don't want that.
No,
I'm not gonna do it for 4 years of that.
Yeah.
okay,
I'm pretty sure Kyle doesn't want that.
No.
None of these guys would want that.
I mean, for the money, too.
And you know, like, there's, you know, things in the pro shop that, you know, are not probably run the way that, and like, you gotta separate what's really urgent versus like what can wait a little bit. And like, the revenue numbers that Kyle has kind of put forward, I've reprojected last year's numbers, it's up 40%, right? Now, because it's up, I know we're gonna not get as much volume, but it's like, to me, that is like a real big thing.
I would put more for years.
Yeah.
It doesn't have, we don't have to do the numbers.
Yeah.
If we're doing revenue.
Yeah,
If you have less, plus you have less wear and tear on the golf course, everything else, if you're charging the right amount,
right.
we could use less golfers.
yeah. But like, in my view, it's like, hammering in year, month-to-month, whatever, over some of these like outside PGA, I think getting the revenue number right, in my opinion, is like number 1, 2, and 3. And getting the right system. And then once all that is bedded in, we go after staffing.
Well, I've had conversations about staff, and even with what I call them, what I did in housework, and how much staff we had in the pro shop.
Yeah.
Because every time I walk in there, there's 2 people in there. We don't need that. And the last time I walked in there, I was standing at the counter for 20 seconds, and 2 people were sitting in those chairs on their phones with each other.
Okay, well, that's something that has to
It's like,
stop.
yeah, that
You know, and
stuff's got to stop. Yeah, we don't need.
I think that environment has been festering for some time.
Yeah.
Right,
Yes,
so it's
okay.
going to take a while to break that.
Right, I think we've seen that, and I think we've gone from an extreme. I think we've gone from an area where we were so tight, budget-wise, that we were probably understaffed. And now, I agree, I think maybe we are a little overstaffed, but that's something we have to, address with Kyle. I did talk with him briefly about that when he and I got together. Also, we did talk about the teaching pros and how he was trying to get his hands around that. I mean, he kind of alluded to me, like, I can't even find what we have necessarily contracts with these people. So those are certainly areas we've got to tighten up. And I think he's on board for that, based on my conversations.
Well, he's already talked with Tony and Lenore about getting contracts together. He's putting together something for FGCU, and they're going to be paying us more money. So
Right.
Tony's, she was at the meeting.
Lenore.
So, again, Rome wasn't built in a day, but I think he has really got the groundwork going, and I think that it's only going to get better. And, set out a plan. This is what we want you to do. This is what we need you to do. Because anyone coming in is going to have to, look at all these things. And I think he has a handle on it. And so I would like to make a motion to hire Kyle at the 85 plus the insurance, which would adjust his salary accordingly.
Are we sure he's not taking it 100%? Because he said it would be given to someone else.
It's going to Tyler, Leon.
Helen Leon, the girl.
Yes. Because she's doing the merchandising. And I think it was 6%.
10.
It was 10? Okay.
10% of it.
Net.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I like the fact that it's net, no longer
Gross.
gross. That makes complete sense.
Right.
I agree with that. I think we should also look at a profitability bonus on top of the numbers that we've got here for the person that we hire.
Only 2 people in the pro shop. Only hear that sit there.
Yeah. Maybe. But I think as we improve the financial viability of the course, I think the people making the decision should be rewarded for it.
I think John should too.
Yeah,
That's
agreed.
another thing.
I agree with that. But I don't
Is there
know.
a second to that motion?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Can I have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you. Okay. Any other comments? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay.
I just want to say, I think Phil did a tremendous job
Yes.
getting
Yeah.
these candidates in. I think we had 3 great choices.
Six.
Well, yeah,
We had 6.
I know, something's happened. But I really like the story that we've got as well on having people who have come through our program, get promoted. I think it is a really, and there's no guarantee it's going to work, but it's really a
You
nice
gotta
story.
say one thing for Jeff. A lot of people come through here that have gone on to different,
Yes. Both he and John. John
Yeah,
has
but I'm just saying.
promoted, yes, but Jeff really has.
I mean, you can say what you want, but I'll tell you what, that was a strength of his.
Yes. So, and Kyle will be using some of the interns in the PGA
Yes,
program. So
from
hopefully-
FGCU, yes.
FGCU,
Now, we
yes.
give him 85.
Yeah.
Right.
And then give us.
Oh, okay. Yes, I did say 85 plus the insurance.
Plus the
That's all part of the motion.
Yes. Okay.
I've got one thing, just for the benefit of the board. I did have a call yesterday with Link Bridges and SCC. They are not complete. The bridges are not complete, okay? So, on Saturday of last week, I went around and inspected the bridges and tried to identify like which ones are high priority, which ones are medium priority. 5C, the bridge that kind of comes out to the street. Yeah, out to the street. There are like 2 missing rails. Those will be put on this week. 9, both transition on and off will be replaced on Monday. Sorry, 8 is the worst one. 8 and 9 will both be done on Monday. Okay? Then, I think we've got 2 exit, 4 exit, and then I believe it's 5A and B, there's like either an entrance or an exit. I'll send Chuck kind of the inspection report, but they're going to work through them in that order. One of the things that the contractor, Jacinto from SEC, has, I guess, made us aware of is when they're taking the transitions apart, it's not just 4 inches of concrete. When they're taking it apart, the drains and stuff, there's a washout. So it's requiring a lot more concrete. So there's going to be an additional fee. It's still going to stay within the budgeted amount that we have, but if they're going to do the work, I want them to just do it right, and I don't want to have to come back to it. So the transitions on everything will be good. And then the other thing that I have asked them to do is those little railings. We're going to put some of those railings approximately 6 feet on the lead up into the exit of each of the bridges. So there's going to be an extra expense for Link Bridges to produce those materials that were not in the original budget. So I'll bring that to the next meeting.
Okay, and yes.
John and Kyle were both on the call that I had with them yesterday at 11:30. So just want to make sure you guys are aware as well. The bridges are not done. Every Monday, SCC will be here until they get through all of those bridges, and I suspect that will happen before the end of the month.
And where we've asked for those additional railings, there was wood there before that had all rotted, and that's when I had said to Jacinto that day, and then I contacted you, and I said, we need to do that, because first of all, you don't want a cart going off, and then wood looked horrible next to, well, I mean, we put this money into it, let's make it right.
Oh, and then the other thing, there are little beams that come out from the side of the bridge. I've also asked them to snap a chalk line and make sure that they don't hang out over the bridge. So,
because one was this far, one was that far.
Not affecting the performance of the bridge, but just to make it aesthetically look better. They're going to do that for us as well.
Okay.
That's all I've got.
Okay.
In addition,
I have nothing else.
One more thing.
Yes.
Did we give John a raise? And not just the 4%?
We haven't discussed that at the budget. We have to discuss that at the budget meeting.
Okay. I'd like to give him a raise.
Okay.
He's underpaid compared to most superintendents in the area.
Okay, then bring that up at the meeting and we'll put it into the budget. I agree.
Yeah, I agree as well.
I'd like to adjourn this meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thanks, Chris. I hope all goes well. We're here.
Is that
Thank you. Take care.